at all. So yeah, I didn't keep all of my Persona roles, but I kept the ones that I thought were going to be pretty useful. So first off, you have King Frost. King Frost is probably the best card out of Persona. Specifically, what he does is, for 1 turn, you nullify dark damage, so void dark, and for 2 turns, 100% HP heal. 2 turns, 100% HP heal. So if you have some like big boy HP lead like Blonya Gronya or Vraska, this 100% heal is like amazing. And this is like one of the best farmables to come out in a while. Persona has a lot of value in its farmables, aside from its rolls. So yeah, and then he turns into an equip too, which just gives you Bind Clear Awakening. Like, what? Yes, it's inheritable as an equip, and that equip just has Bind Clear Awakening and double water resist. But I don't care about the water resist. I care about the Bind Clear Awakening. So this on Joyra makes her like amazingly good. So that's like the best equip out of Persona. And then you have Cerberus. This is not the equip version, but this is basically what it does here. No, never cheese a dungeon. Cheesing is like 0% skill. Yeah. Cerberus gives you Jammer Skyfall, so you could use this to reset Poison Skyfalls mostly. So he's kind of average. But he has its usage, just not as much. But he also gives 3 turns of +1 combo as well, in case you need 1 combo. And then you have... No, cheesing a dungeon is 0 skill. I only turn on the Nightbot for you. But you queued this up again? Whatever, listen to it again. This is He-Ho, Mr. Jack Frost, and this guy is really good because he just locks your board. But he eliminates jammers first, and then locks the board. So, if you're gonna get another equip, make Jack Frost. Jack Frost is really good. Like, it's inheritable Trimask. Who doesn't want this? He'll make Air Descended really easy if you already haven't seen that video of me clearing Air Descended. Specifically because you have to, I think, 9 combo 3 boards, and using this one, you can lock the board on the 3rd one to ignore the spinners, making the dungeon a lot easier. So I do recommend making at least 1 Jack Frost. And then you have Pixie. This one you can make an unskilled one. It's just like a auto heal equip. So if you just want like a top inherit, this is a pretty good one. And then you have the dungeon boss, which is Caroline and Justine. Kira is used for the new Miru Evo. Yes. Yeah, but this is Caroline and Justine. This is the farmable, and it's the first 10 combo board. It does you all attributes plus hearts, jammers, poisons, and mortal poisons. So this is a pretty good way to make a 10 combo board. I would make 1 just for like the skill itself in case you need it, but the base itself is pretty good for a farmable with TPA's multi-boost and like HP and recovery increase for team. It's a nice card. And then this is the card you trade in, Morgana. The skill is kind of garbage though. It's deal random damage from 50 to 300x and spawn 5 wood orbs, which isn't that useful. But this is a good card for recovery because it has Hardaway plus, Team HP plus, and 2 Bind Clear Awakening. So make 1 if you want. You trade for this if you make 1 of each of the Evos that are Cerberus equip, Pixie equip, Jack Frost equip. And you trade them in for this one. The equips do not cost jewels, which is nice. Why are the Awakenings so far apart? I don't know. It bothers me too. JP, please revert. I like them all stacked together. Though I guess it does space them out more for like the entire screen instead of like there being a giant dark space underneath the Awakenings. And to the rolls. So I didn't roll Elizabeth, but I think Elizabeth isn't good anymore. Just because Joyra exists. Elizabeth had base cloud resist like Jin, and I think has Bind Recovery plus Attribute Absorb. But Attribute Absorb isn't as strong as you need to be, and there's plenty of ways to get it elsewise. If you play JP, you have Natsu, which I think is the best one, because he just makes fires. And I think we are overdue for the update, which turns Bride Persephone down to 10 turns or something. But yeah, so you don't really need Elizabeth as much anymore, because I think Joy just makes her obsolete. And then you have the 3 best boys. So Persona 3 main character, P3 MC. This is Makoto Yuki, and this is probably the best card out of the collab, both as a lead and a sub. And he's a blue light machine typing for those Ragdra people. He's also a prime target for lead swap for 7x6. He only requires red, white, and blue attribute, and then 6 combo. And he's very strong, especially because he's balance typing as well. So if you're gonna get one card out of Persona, make it this guy. This is Naruto, right? Oh no. Okay. And then you have P4 MC, Yu Narukami. He's a big double box meme. So when he came out, I thought he would be pretty good, but it turns out double box isn't as useful as you need to be, especially because he does no damage outside of not boxing. He does make, I think, 8. He makes 8 lights out of the 9 you need for a box, so he could be used for like some niche farming purposes. You absolutely need to make a box somehow, but he only makes 8 out of the 9, so you need to have like 1 on the board existing already. As a lead, he's like a 4-100 something, or I think a 400-0 lead for something. I don't think there's recovery in this. No, there's no recovery. So he's a little bit better than Elizabeth, but probably not necessary, just because double box is good for like 1 or 2 floors. Instead, you could take something like Yusuke, which has 1 box but is good for all the floors, and 7 combo, which makes up for the box. So if you have like a low combo team, like a Yogg team that wants to like 4 combo, Narukami Yu will be better. But if you're gonna do max combo, Yusuke will be better. So yeah, that's Yu. And then Persona 5 MC, Joker or Ren Amamiya. I think Joker just sounds cooler anyways. But he's basically Dark Cotton with 2 TE. As a base skill, he also full clears Awakening Binds but does not heal. Right? Yes. Full clear bind and Awakening Bind and 1 turn of delay, which is somewhat useful. But then again, Joyra exists now, which is inheritable Odindra basically, which covers shades that 1 turn delay for 50% heal, and as an equip just gives you the cloud resist, which protects you from Elizabeth's point. So that's why I feel Elizabeth isn't that strong anymore, and Joker just went down in value because Joyra exists. Before Joyra came out, this would be a pretty good Cotton card, but aside from that, not really. As a leader, he's basically Juggler, but getting a natural like 6 hearts every single time makes it really bad, so you have to 7x6 lead him to make him more consistent. But I don't like running 7x6 unless absolutely necessary. So that's Joker. So that's the 6 stars. The 5 stars are a lot more different and less useful. The ones that I think are most useful are Mitsuru, which is like blue Muto basically. But her active is 1 turn delay and 5 turns of Heart Skyfall, which is good for like keeping up your hearts if you need to heal, keeping up Fuwa, or just for the 1 turn delay as well, and 10 turn cooldown. And the second card being Teddy, which is 9 turns of 25% shield. So it's a good shield if you have 0 shield options. But elsewise, Teddy's he's outclassed by Tomoe if you have Tomoe from Rurouni Kenshin, and he's obviously not as good as like Susanoo's 5 turn 50% or Indra's 3 turn 75%. So at the most, he's your poverty shield. Alright, see you later, Angie. And then you have Aegis, which I haven't used ever, but it's 5 20 damage attacks and then spawns 5 light orbs. I don't know. But she's a pretty decent base for any card. And she's like supposed to be like some kind of waifu or something. Outclassed by Baggy. No, I think Teddy outclasses Baggy. I don't remember. How much is Teddy cooldown again? 11 for 9, so it's 2 turns off. Yeah. So yeah, I guess is like Riza from Fullmetal Alchemist. Riza does more damage though, and it's still under 50. So this one, I guess, if you need to set up like some match of lights, then yeah, it's cool. But other than that, if you have Riza, you can probably skip Aegis, but you can probably keep Aegis for some kind of waifu value or something. And then you have Makoto something. What was her first name again? Let's see. Makoto Nijima. I haven't played Persona 5. But she's an 80x fire, and she's a double orb crate at 10. And sometimes you just need like a small nuke, and that's her. And double orb crate, which is nice. She doesn't make hearts though, which turns her down a little bit, but I think she converts her board to a quad color, which might be useful somewhere. But at the very least, she's mildly useful. I'll pull up the other ones that I don't have. Over here. Let me see. I can put this down too. Let's see. Yeah, you have Yosuke. I think Yosuke is actually used for a farming build. I forget which one. I think it was like, I think it might have been Kila, I don't remember. But yeah, he's a 1-turn wood burst and unlock. If you run like Zella, it's useful. But that spell, all I can see. You just wood burst plus unlock is like, why? Very little use out of Yosuke, so he's very low value. Except for that one farm build, which I can't really remember off the top of my head. And the next one, I think, is Goro. Yeah. He's a 5% gravity, turn water to light, so it's a longer cooldown than like a normal, like, knight, basically. Though you could like do something to like go from Yusuke to monocolor, or what's it called? No, this isn't the dub. This is a cover by Amue. I think it's a pretty good cover. But yeah, he's like, what? He's pretty useless, not very strong. But 5% gravity. I forget what floor exactly you need 5% exactly damage or something. But if you need 5% gravity, sure, this is your guy. He's kind of useless though, in my opinion. Don't need him. And the other one I didn't keep. I should one more. No, it's just those two I didn't keep. Yeah. This is Elizabeth. So she's like those L-Lock meme cards. L-Lock is pretty good though. So full HP recovery, full bind recovery, ignore, attribute absorb on a 14-turn cooldown. But then we're gonna get like Bride Persephone and probably eventually Beach Artemis like buff, which turns her cooldown to 10. So not as strong as I feel like she needs to be. And Cloud Resist always can be interrupted by Joyra. So not as very strong. And that's what I think about the Persona collab. Get the equips mostly. Get Yuki. But yeah, but you can just use a Shishio. Persona worth rolling, not as much really. I think if you're gonna roll, if you really like Persona series, I would roll. Support the game, support collabs. They're always nice to roll in. But as you can see, most of the 5 stars aren't great. Like one is a side grade from not having Tomoe, or an upgrade from 9 Garuda. One has Heart Skyfall for 5 turns. And then the 6 stars are just not as strong, except Makoto Yuki, which is a extra good leader and a really good sub. It's like a blue decolly basically. Yeah, and that's what I would say about Persona. So roll if you feel like it, but otherwise you can probably skip Persona if you don't need it, or just trade for Makoto and be done. Or take your free rolls too. If you have any questions about the Persona collab, let me know.